Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, I did a video yesterday, woohoo, the first one back it was, where we talked about Reform winning the YouGov poll. But it's the first time YouGov have actually had to admit that Reform are on the rise. And you can guarantee that if YouGov are saying they got 25% against Labour's 24%, then it's probably in reality much higher. YouGov are very, very sort of lefty, uni parties sort of on that side. They're not particularly reform minded. So it must have hurt them to admit it. However, admit it they have. And this has had a lot of people in the Labour Party very, very worried. To be fair, it's got a lot of people in all the other parties very, very worried, but Labour in particular, because of the one thing that's important in people's minds. When asked what is their big concern, it's the same answer time and time again: immigration. And some now within the Labour Party are suggesting that the party gets serious on immigration, that it abandons the policies of the leadership to make immigration easier, to allow illegal immigrants the chance to come here and become citizens. You can never allow criminals to become citizens. It's madness. That's what everyone who's not, frothing at the mouth, left-wing Marxist knobs know. Unfortunately, the leader of the party is a left-wing Marxist foaming at the mouth knob, so he's not going to admit this. But it's yet another reason why many in the parties are thinking the unthinkable. Take a leaf out of Reform's book. These Labour MPs are waking up and sniffing, and they're certainly smelling the Reform coffee. And they're suggesting that Labour moves to harden its stance, to actually start rejecting the subservient role of just accepting all the flip-flop army. See? Not getting me again, you buggers. But what to do? How can they do it? See, the trouble is for most of them, they daren't sit there and say, oh no, we must stop the hordes coming across the channel. The hordes are predominantly Muslim, it must be said, because they themselves are reliant on the Muslim vote to get themselves into Parliament. If they lose the Muslim vote, they ain't going to be politicians for long. Of course, with the rise also of Islamic parties, Labour is going to lose the Islamic vote because it'll go elsewhere. They really are in a quandary. What are they going to do then? Seek out the Jewish vote? Bit late for that, innit, laddies? You've made yourself out to be a complete anti-Semitic party for many years now. So it's a bit far too late to start looking for someone friendly. No, you've made your bed. You're going to have to lie in it, and lie in it from the opposition benches. I don't think Labour can change, despite the calls from within the party to do so, to harden their stance, to reject, and to say, no, immigration bad. Those days are gone. You are now seen as the party of immigration, not the party fighting against it. And that's why you're going to get your arse whipped at the next election, and why Reform will go on to become a majority government, and probably quite a big majority. Watch this space. Long way to go, of course, but I think as time goes on, the polls will swing ever further Reform's way until eventually Labour collapse in upon itself, weighed down by hate, division and bigotry. Thanks very much. Bye.